Hey, what's up? This is your girl Nicole Denise, and real quick, I just wanted to come and talk to you guys about something that crossed my mind this morning. And before I allow myself to talk myself out of it, I want to come on and share with you. This may become like a longer, more thought provoking piece, but I wanted to kind of give you what I have thus far and what I've been mulling over um, most of this day. So, first thought. Question: what if your goodness or your tendency to be the good guy or the good girl is the very thing that's holding you back from your happiness and your fulfillment? Now, I did a podcast about, I don't know, a couple months ago, or maybe last year sometime, where I was talking about abolishing Miss Nice. It goes on the same route, but I got a deeper understanding of what goodness really is and how goodness can actually be holding you back from the very things and the very life that you want to live. So, first things first, I like to give definitions and have my trusty notebook. And the first definition is goodness. Goodness is the quality of being morally good or virtuous. And so it made me think about, well, what is moral, or what is it to be morally good? Moral, concerned with the principles of right and wrong behavior and the goodness or badness of human character. The second definition, concerned with or derived from the code of interpersonal behavior that is considered right or acceptable in a particular society. And that right there pinpointed exactly what I thought. A lot of time, our tendency to be good is wrapped directly into our tendency to fit in, or our desire to fit into what is respectable or what is seen as socially acceptable in our society. And a lot of times that has nothing to do with the individual desire and what it is that you've been put here to do, what it is that you've been put here to fulfill in the earth with your life. So a lot of times being the good person is the thing that's keeping you away from being your best self, being your happiest self, being your most fulfilled self. Last thing I want to talk about is a concept called respectability politics. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that before, but basically it's in the same realm of what I'm talking about. And I got a definition for that too. Respectability politics, the set of beliefs holding that conformity to society, socially the set of beliefs holding that conformity to socially acceptable or mainstream standards of appearance and behavior will protect a member of a marginalized or minority group from prejudice and systemic injustices. So this goes even deeper. Talking about marginalized and minority people, groups of people, and how we have been trained and reared into being respectable in order to avoid social and systemic injustices, which we all know is lies. That's all lies. Like, injustices don't overlook. I don't care how good behaved you are, injustices still happen, and you can see that happening every day. So, with that being said, what do you guys think? Do you think that goodness could be the very reason why you're not happy or why you're not your happiest self? Or do you think that goodness is the very reason why you feel very humdrum going through life? Like, you don't feel like anything's happening, especially at a time like this where everybody is quarantined and locked down. Like, it really gets to the core and the root of the thing of, or the question of, why am I here? What am I doing? Am I happy? Am I fulfilled? So, last thing before I actually go, I kind of wanted to give some characteristics of what I consider good people have versus those who are fulfilled. And I don't even want to say successful, because successful is another word that we'll get into another day, but versus those who are happy and truly fulfilled in life. So, for example, I thought that the good are generally timid. They're socially acceptable, like their behaviors, their mannerisms, how they dress, how they appear, their appearance, how they look, how they interact with other people. They're very socially acceptable. They're non-controversial. They kind of go with the flow. They don't put any ripples or waves out there. They are moral. They're people pleasing, wallflowers, and realistic. Like, everything, they live in the reality of what's going on. Now, on the flip side, those who I consider the most happiest and the most fulfilled people, they are bold. They make waves. They speak up for themselves. They speak out against injustices. They say it like it is. They go against the grain. They're unrealistic. So regardless of what may be physically in front of them, they don't allow that to stop them. And if you think about the people in history who have made the greatest impact, their realities sucked oftentimes, but they didn't allow that reality to keep them stagnant in that space. So they became very unrealistic. Um, they dance to the beat of their own drum. They're not wildflowers. So which category do you fit in? Are you with the goody goody group and not? I know in school as a um, youngin, I'm saying youngin, but as a young person, you didn't want to be the goody goody. You didn't want to be the teacher's pet. And I think there's some validity to that. And a lot of times we try to get away from those things as we become adults. Like, oh, well, that's how I was as a child, but now I'm an adult. So now you conform even more as an adult and you give into these ideas of things like respectability politics. So what do you think? Is your goodness the real core of the root? Is your goodness the real reason why you're unhappy? Let me know. Peace.